Salutations, this is Custom Edition Map Showcase, where I show off a single level or a group of levels that are significant to Halo Custom Edition. If you have suggestions on levels I should cover in this series, let me know either in the comments below, my Discord channel, or on my Twitter page, and they may have a shot at appearing on the show in the near future. This installment of SEMS will cover original, fully custom campaigns. Now, I have covered various campaign mods on this channel such as SBV3 and Soy Single Player Adventure, but those are only mods to an already existing Halo Combat Evolved campaign. This episode will showcase campaigns that feature entirely new play spaces and storylines that have never been seen before in the Halo franchise. Keep in mind that, admittedly, none of these campaigns would receive Academy Awards for Best Story or Voice Acting, but these are some of the best original single-player maps you'll come across in Halo Custom Edition. To start off our episode today is the Takedown series by MattDratt. The story revolves around Lawson, a Spartan that has gone rogue after murdering another Spartan in cold blood. This series has 2 parts released thus far, with a third still in the works. There's the introduction, which takes place on a single-player version of Ice Fields, and Project Lawson, which lets the player traverse through a modified version of Danger Canyon with new extended sections made with custom map geometry. This series utilizes a mostly Halo 3 based tag set for its weapons, vehicles, and character models. The introduction to the Takedown series has the player, Spartan Gray, infiltrate a base that contains valuable information for the war against the Covenant. Gray, alongside with a Scorpion, Warthog, and some infantry for support, move up from their starting positions to engage a Covenant blockade that is in the way of the objective. After a brief skirmish with the Covenant forces, a tree falls down and blocks the ONSC from the main path towards the base, which means Spartan Gray has to take the gunner position of a Warthog and have the driver find an alternate route towards the objective. When Gray is about to make it to the base, the Warthog suddenly explodes and Gray is ejected from the Hog, revealing that trip mines were the cause of the accident. But strangely enough, they weren't placed by Covenant troops. Once Gray traverses through the minefield and enters the base, our primary antagonist is revealed, Spartan Lawson. Lawson has made it to the valuable intel first. He then deletes the data and shoots Gray, ending the introduction to the Takedown series. Gray's death then leads to the next installment of this campaign series, Project Lawson. Shortly after the incident at Ice Fields, Lawson formulates his own military organization and has acquired mock Mjolnir suits for each of his followers. Commander Harper, the Spartan that accompanied the now deceased Gray during the introduction, orders 2 more Spartans to infiltrate Lawson's hideout disguised as new recruits to the rebel organization, and gather intelligence without killing Lawson. Project Lawson starts off inside the rebel base, and are able to interact with each of the mock Spartans, and at certain points in time, the base's AI named Karen will say random things. Some of the things everyone says are pretty funny.
Yeah, I'd like to place an order for 2 new Warthog tires. Yes, the 489X edition. No. No. No! I just want the tires.
To all members, losing chess pieces is against this base's policy.
You can shut up, Karen.
Talking back to Karen is also against this base's policy.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, God's sake, not this again. No! For the last time, I don't need any other parts. I don't need any guarantees. Just ship the freaking tires already.
Remember, it is against policy to fondle any other Lawson member's personal parts.
Yes! Yes, that's it! Just place my order!
The main objective in this section is to speak to Lawson himself, but there's also a side mission you can complete before that. 2 Spartans are attempting to play a game of chess, but one of them lost 4 pieces. Collecting the 4 hidden pieces throughout the base and returning it to them will grant you a battle rifle as a starting weapon for the next part of the campaign. Without spoiling much more of the story, I'll move on to the gameplay. The Takedown series has a nice variety of close quarter sections, vehicle segments that also includes on-the-rail sections, and has plenty of different enemy types that range from Covenant, Flood, Sentinel units, and even a boss fight that leads to a chase scene that's admittedly quite difficult. Our next map showcase is Project Lumoria by the TM Mapping team in Ficus Game Studios, and it's personally my favorite custom campaign in Halo CE. This takes place during the year 2531, where the UNSC frigate Endless Horizon arrives to planet Lumoria for a search and rescue operation. Months prior, scientists who have discovered the planet were attacked by Covenant forces and have gone missing. The crew of the Endless Horizon, along with you, Spartan May, are to make landfall and retrieve the missing scientists while pushing back the Covenant forces that have made their presence known on the planet. This campaign consists of 4 playable missions and uses a mostly classic weapon, vehicle, and character tag set, with notable exceptions being the drones and passive engineers, to 2 variants of the Covenant Shadow, one that fires a standard plasma cannon, and another that fires a fuel rod gun. The actual Shadow from Halo 2 also makes an appearance, but is named the Creep. Almost every playable space in this campaign uses completely original geometry, and the skybox in particular is absolutely stunning. The levels themselves are quite satisfying to play and provide unique combat situations that the player has to go through. For example, there's an instance in the game where the Covenant had set up EMP devices all throughout the play space, and if a vehicle happens to drive close to any of them, they'll completely shut down and are rendered useless. There's also another scenario where the Covenant placed an auto turret, and you have the ability to hijack the weapon and have it target its creators instead of you and your allies. One of my favorite aspects of this campaign is how it makes references to older Halo media. Besides the inclusion of the Spectre-like shadow from the E3 2000 trailer, it also, for example, gives a nod to the introduction of that same trailer during the beginning of the second mission. Something I also love about these series of missions is what the developers did with the background scenery. There's this epic moment in the campaign where you're in a Scorpion and, up in the sky, 2 frigates are engaging a Covenant battlecruiser. And that's happening while you're destroying Wraiths, Banshees, Shadows, and many other Covenant troops en masse. My only real issue with this campaign is Brandon, who serves as an invincible ODST ally throughout quite a few parts of these missions. Even on Legendary difficulty, having him around is kind of like having a handicap turned on thanks to him being programmed to never die, while also wielding a powerful shotgun. Despite this, Brandon saved my life a couple of times throughout my Legendary run through for this video, so I'm at least thankful for his support. Also, the drones have a weird hitbox and shooting them is tedious and difficult. Our bonus segment for today is a pretty simple CE campaign mod called The Pre-Release by AltSierra117. There's not a whole lot going on in this mod, and it's admittedly more of a silly playground than a full-fledged mod, but some of the main characteristics of this mod are the pre-release style Halo tags present here. The assault rifle behaves almost exactly like its older beta build counterpart, where it had 42 rounds in the magazine, a slower rate of fire, a much longer reload time, and its cut melee animation. If you're like me and always wanted to play the E3 2003 demo of Halo 2, let's just say this battle rifle will be the closest thing we're going to get anytime soon. This battle rifle behaves exactly like the E3 demo version. It fires semi-automatically, has no ammo counter beneath the scope, and even has the same animations for walking, reloading, and melee. After years and years of wanting to use this version of the BR, this mod definitely satisfied me when I first played it. Alt Sierra even included a version of the Banshee that had its canopy remain open during flight, much like how it appeared in the old game stock footage of Halo CE, on the cover of Halo Combat Evolved itself, and when the 2 Banshees are chasing down Echo 419 at the end of the campaign. Nothing too significant, but such a small detail was nice to see. That wraps up this episode of Custom Edition Map Showcase. It feels good making another one of these again, and I expect more to arrive on this channel in the near future. If you have any other suggestions on other maps, leave them in the comments below, on my Discord server, or tweet out to me on my Twitter page. If, and only if, you enjoy what you saw today, hit the like button and subscribe for more Halo content on this channel. Also, make sure to subscribe to AltSierra117's channel as well. He makes nice modding content for a variety of Halo games, and his pre-release mod was also really fun to play. This is the Ventral Vatum, and I'll see you on the great journey.